Hello guys, hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are just coming across my YouTube channel for the first time, you are definitely welcome. This is my digital diary. I'm at the stage of my life right now where I am about to be somebody's mom. So I'm currently sharing my preggy updates with you guys. It's what I titled preggy updates, my journey to become a mommy. If it's something you like, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel, share, and leave a comment in the comment section. On today's preggy update, I'll be sharing with you things to consider before choosing a Nigerian hospital, either a private hospital or a government owned hospital. Guys, it is very important for every pregnant woman to have access to healthcare. And how do they get this access to healthcare if not through the hospital? This is where the hospital comes in. Hospitals are really important. But because I am based in Nigeria and I'm giving birth to my child in Nigeria, I'll be sharing with you those things I consider before picking a Nigerian hospital for my antenatal and for my delivery. Now, the Nigerian healthcare system has been rocked with so much bad PR. Most recently, the word medical negligence has been flying around because a renowned author lost her baby, a 21-month-old baby, due to medical negligence. And it's just so unfortunate that that is still happening in 2026. Now, one thing that my healthcare provider usually says when I go for antenatal is that this life is risky and getting pregnant is double risk. So pregnant women need adequate health care monitoring from the moment they find out that they are expecting a baby and they walk into any of the Nigerian hospital, be it private or government owned. Now, I'm going to talk about this from my own perspective, the things that I considered, the things that I did before I settled for my current healthcare provider or the current hospital I am using. Number one of the things I did before choosing a Nigerian hospital is that I did a thorough research. Yes, I did a very elaborate research. I asked people, I asked friends, colleagues, family that had gone through this route of pregnancy, where they had their baby, how was their experience like, what was the hospital like, does it have the necessary equipment and tools and personnel that can handle delivery. I went online to read reviews, like I googled the name of the hospital and I read reviews. It's just so unfortunate that most people don't like leaving reviews, but reviews actually help. Social media as well. I researched through social media. There was lots of people speaking about the hospital and it had a good PR. It had a good report, and I decided to go for this particular Nigerian hospital. So the first thing that I would advise any pregnant woman is to do your research. Do a very thorough and serious research. Another thing that I did consider before choosing a Nigerian hospital, I considered the location of the hospital. For me, proximity is everything. Work should be close by, church should be close by, the market should be close by, school should be close by. The hospital as well is also supposed to be close by. It's not supposed to take a 1 hour journey or a 2 hours journey. So I consider the location. How far is this hospital from my house? If something seems to be amiss, if I need an urgent emergency care, do I have to travel to a very far distance before I have access to this hospital? So that was something I did consider before choosing a Nigerian hospital. Like location was everything to me. And for example, the last time I went to the hospital for my antenatal, my doctor was asking me, "Are you mobile?" I was like, "What's the purpose of that question?" She was like, "What if your labor starts at 2 a.m. at night? I hope your house is not far away. I hope somebody can drive you down to the hospital. So these are valid questions you need to ask yourself. Location matters when you are choosing a your Nigerian hospital to birth your baby or to go for your antenatal. It's really important that you put all of that into consideration. Now, another thing I did consider before choosing a Nigerian hospital to birth my baby and to go for my antenatal was my budget. Now, private hospitals are known to be expensive, but that does not mean that they don't give proper care. They are expensive, and the government hospitals seem to be affordable. They say nothing is cheap, so we shouldn't use the word cheap. So government hospitals are more affordable than private hospitals. Now, I've had the experience of both private and the government owned hospital. Now, for example, if you're going with the private hospital and they give you a bill that is 500,000 naira or 200,000 naira to see a doctor for just one consultation, is it something that you are willing to pay for? Now, I may be exaggerating on the amount of money, but yes, a lot of private hospitals charge as much as high as 1 million and above for that covers antenatal and delivery. Why the government hospitals depends on the package. Now, some government hospitals, let me digress a bit now. Now, some government hospitals now have what we call the private ward and what we have the public what they call the public ward. If you cannot afford the private ward in the same government hospital, they advise you to go for the public ward. It's the same care that they give, but one is more expensive and is more what's the word not to use? Is it accessible? There's no wait in the private ward. Let me use that. There's no wait. You have access to see your doctor anytime. Unlike the public ward where you have to wait, queue up to see your doctor, queue up to do scan, queue up to do a lot of things. But in the private ward, there's this sense of urgency and I've forgotten the words to use, you guys. There's a sense of urgency and sort of okay, since you're paying more, you have express permits to see your doctor any time of the day. Now that's for some public hospitals. Now they've incorporated both private and public wards into it. Now this whole thing boils down to budgets. If you can afford to pay for the private one, of course, go ahead. Why not? Nobody likes to wait, but if you can't afford it, or well, maybe there are certain things you've considered and you feel the public ward is just better off, you go for that. But in all of this, consider your budget. Do you have the sort of money? And see, guys, there's something about me. I feel life shouldn't be quantified by money. Healthcare shouldn't be well. Everybody wants a good healthcare and whatever you bought. I don't feel money. I think money shouldn't be a blockage or a barrier. That's what I feel. But you also need to consider your budget. Money is important, money is necessary if you really want to get the best of the best healthcare. Now, another thing I did consider before choosing a Nigerian hospital was facilities. Facilities. It is very important that the hospital that you have chosen for the birth of your baby, for your antenatal process, for your postnatal process, all the processes that comes along with pregnancy maintenance, pregnancy caring, has a good facility. I cannot drum this enough. Oh my god. Now there are some hospitals that do not have a working and well equipped laboratory. I do not think that you want to go to such hospitals. Oh. When something comes up now, they will refer you, go to this hospital and do your blood test, go to this hospital and do your urine test, go to this hospital. It's not funny. So what I did consider was this hospital that I'm picking, this hospital that I want to go with, does it have a working, functioning, well equipped laboratory? Does it have a blood bank? Very important, you guys. A blood bank. Does it have what's now what? Well, those important departments that you do not have to leave the hospital and go and do probably a scan somewhere. Does it have the hospital that you have chosen? Does it have everything? Is this one is one? Let me use that word. One is one. So those are the things you need to consider. Facilities, so that in case of a medical emergency, we don't pray for that to happen. We don't pray for it to happen, but just in case of a medical emergency, they will not tell you to please um you have to go to this hospital in this place and get this done and bring the test results here. All of those things takes time, but if you have a hospital or you register with a hospital that has all in all facility, what they just need to do is just to well tell you go to the lab or go to the blood bank or go to whatever place to have this checked out and come with your results. Now it's even so easy because the medical space in Nigeria has evolved. Everything has gone digital. Now I'm speaking for the hospital I'm using. Everything is digital. A patient's information is digital. So once you are referred somewhere to do something, the person or the personnel involved in that section or department or whatever you just log into your information and they see what the doctor has requested for you to do. So it's no longer the days of carrying files, but there are still some hospitals that carry files. Now, lastly, the last thing I did consider before choosing a Nigerian hospital was the fact that I considered if the hospital has enough personnel, enough medical personnel. You don't want to be caught in a hospital that is only one person that is running the show. One person is the gynecologist, one person is the dentist, the same one person is the general doctor that attends to everybody that treats malaria. No, I don't think that's proper. However, we get to see this sometimes in small hospitals where it's just one doctor that is running the whole show. I don't think you really want to go to such hospital. So you need to consider if the hospital you are choosing to manage your pregnancy has enough staff on ground. It is really important that you do your due diligence. However, guys, I know that in Nigeria there's sometimes strike here and there, but you also need, even if there's strike, the people attending. I remember when the hospital, when resident doctors went on strike, my hospital still had enough doctors on ground to take delivery, to see people who were close, women who were close to their delivery date. So you need to consider that it is not a one man show. It is not one person. I've been to a private hospital and it was just one doctor that was running the show. And this doctor was telling me that have you registered in in any hospital? Don't you want to come to my hospital? If there's need for surgery, emergency surgery, would they be waiting for somebody or calling somebody to come from somewhere before they take that emergency surgery? So you need to consider all of this before choosing a Nigerian hospital for your labor. Why do I keep saying labor? You need to consider all of this before choosing your Nigerian hospital for the birth and management of your pregnancy. So, guys, these are some of the things I considered before choosing a Nigerian hospital that would manage my pregnancy up from day one that I went there for registration for antenatal and up to the day that I would put to bed. And so far, so good. The hospital I've chosen is good and I do like their services. So, guys, please share with me what are some of those things to consider before choosing a Nigerian hospital, especially when it comes to pregnancy and delivery. Until I come your way again next time, guys, with more preggy updates. Please stay true to yourself and remember that you are truly loved. Bye, guys.